Yeah.
Con. All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harukakwadash. The honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone that taught us this truth. Greetings and salutations to all you sincere Akim laboring in this gospel throughout the whole entire planet are pushing this word, man. All right. And shalom to you brothers that are tune in. This is going to be an open forum, and we're going to touch on, mainly dealing with what's going on right now. All right, that's the biggest hot topic right now is, the UN, the General UN Assembly that they had, where, they were voting on a decision about, Trump deciding to declare Jerusalem the capital of Israel and putting the U.S. embassy there. And it's causing such a ruckus that all these other countries they're basically showing that they're in opposition to some of the things that America is doing. All right, and basically it's opening up the floodgates for these nations to start denouncing America's domination, so to speak. Their influence and domination is starting to not work with these other nations. And 128 nations show that they don't give a damn what Trump say, they don't give a damn what America say. They're going to hold fast to what all these nations agreed upon. It's basically America, the U.S., and Israel that's causing all the turmoil in the world. They're the reason why there's a division among these different established governments. And basically Trump trying to being the bully and the proud demon that he is, he basically threatened any nation that try to vote against America on the decision. He says he's basically watching them, he's noting them, and those are the nations that vote in the UN's favor. He's going to cut off aid to them. Which that's basically what bullies do.
Yeah, man.
All right, and all he's doing is disquieting the peace that they had based upon the policy that they all agreed upon, going back to the original formation of the state of Palestine and Israel, where Jerusalem was going to be in a center, and Israel was going to take the east half, and Palestine was going to take the western half. And all nations agreed. That kept the peace, that kept the diplomacy going. But because now this devil wants to say the hell with all that, this is America and we finna dictate. We're gonna set our embassy in Jerusalem. We're gonna call that the capital. Now the nations are pretty much disquieted. Now it's uproar, man. All right. That's why it says in Proverbs 29, when the wicked will rule, the people mourn, and that's all you're seeing. People are mourning about this.
Yep.
Now you can't say peace in the Middle East because the wicked is over there.
You can keep bringing out, Jamal Abdul Nasser.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, Nasir, or whatever you say it, but there will never be peace because the people that's supposed to be in that land are not there.
Yeah.
And Hitler said the same thing, man, along the same lines.
Yep.
I ain't gonna go into the deep quotes or all of that, but just to say, man, this devil's not doing too much, man. He's doing what he's not supposed to be doing.
Yep. Yeah. So this devil is causing that ruckus, and these nations are starting to see it, man. And that's why they're distancing themselves from America, man. They're not going to allow this great horde, to try to usurp, all this world dominance and influence over them. Bullying them to submission of whatever policy that they declared. You got to be right along with it, or we ain't gonna do this with you. We ain't gonna help aid you in that. We ain't gonna give you money. That's, hey man,
that's a punk move. If I can't play, I'm taking my ball and leaving.
Yeah.
That's what they do with the whole world. What's that? What's his name runs? the global warming thing. It was a global warming, right?
Yeah.
Whether America didn't want to.
Yeah, with France.
Yeah, with France, they didn't want to. They didn't want to put in. Well, I ain't put no money in that. Ain't no time for that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna waste our money on that. That's y'all got it.
Yeah.
You know, this dude is making major. I must say, Trump is very entertaining because we're into the prophecy of the things that he's into about him destroying this place.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, like he's entertaining the way he's doing it though. He's actually fun to watch. W. Bush was fun also. But this guy is super fun because he ain't like Bush was a lot of talk, but doing secret shit. This dude is openly doing everything. He don't give a shit. He's just out there just doing it, man. No, I'm not doing that. I'm cutting that. I'm keeping this money. I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
If you vote against this, I'm not giving. I'm just cutting you off. Just like a rich kid that ain't getting his way.
Pretty much. That goes to show you that the Most High is he's the ultimate entertainer because the Most High is the one that created this devil. Mm-hmm. He puts the spirit on this devil to do what he do. You know, all the decisions that he's making, the Most High is making those decisions through him to bring what? To fulfill prophecy, to have all these nations start to see America for what it truly is and start to hate the whore. Mm-hmm. The beast shall hate the whore, man.
Hey, it's like America's like when you go to the grocery store. When you was a kid, you went to the grocery store with your mom or whoever, and you in there and you being bad, and your mom like, hey, she might pop you, pull your ear, pinch you or some shit. But then you see another little kid, a little white kid, way out of control, going way harder, where you don't even hype up with him. You just look at him like, damn, he tripping. That's how the rest of the world started to look at America. You know, at first we was all bad at first, but now this dude is out of control. That's how they're looking at America. America's doing too much. Like, you went too far with that. You hitting your mom back, doing all this other stuff. That's how America's looking at the world. Looking at America.
You just said it. This child is hitting his mother back. Mm-hmm. Speaking of the mother, Great Britain, which is the mother of Babylon.
The virgin
that was the virgin daughter of Babylon. An article came out how amongst those 128 nations that voted in the favor of the UN on the decision for Jerusalem, one of them was Theresa May, who she's the Prime Minister of Britain. And then basically, when Nikki Haley came out and said, we know every nation, everybody that votes against America, they basically noted down Theresa May. Mm-hmm. So are you going to come against your mother now?
Yeah, these are supposed to be allied nations.
Yeah.
And this is just a prophecy coming to pass, man.
Majority of the EU nations that are part of the UN, the majority of them, they all
allied.
That's allied. They all voted against Trump's decision, man.
Yep.
So that's causing more and more division between the beast and the whore, man.
Damn, we was cool without. Why you gotta do that? Like the dude that jumped the gun, like, not yet, hold on. Oh, this dude went on 2. He said on 3 and he go on 2. Like Trump is just out of pocket, man.
You got that, right? Go ahead.
It's Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
Yep.
And shall make her desolate and naked.
When we just asked what that was on the Dallas live stream.
Yep.
That's the EU nations, man, and then the NATO.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And shall eat her flesh and burn
which are allies, or at this point becoming former allies to America. Go ahead, bro.
And burn her with fire.
Mm-hmm. They gonna be like, you know what? We tired of your shit. We tired of your shit. Let's beat up the bully. He was cool on our team. Now he's starting to go rogue. Let's beat him up. Let's get him. That's what's gonna go down. Go ahead, bro.
For Yahweh has put in their hearts to fulfill His will and to agree.
Hey, he said the brother said it too. He said the angels that's holding back the 4 winds from the Euphrates is working on the minds of these elite. The leaders of those other nations in the Middle East, for everybody really to start looking at America in another way. Like, you know what, life might be better without this dude, man, without this country. You know?
When we look at the total disruptance and the disquietness that it's causing, you know, especially over there, man. You know, that's supposed to be the Middle East where it's supposed to be peaceful, right? But there ain't been no peace since this devil had his ass over there, man.
Yep.
And now Big Bad USA, or Babylon the Great whore, she's over there basically throwing more oil on the fire, man. And that's the reason why it's going to turn deadly, man. You know, all the nations over there are at odds over the U.S. and Israel.
Yep.
Okay, and it started to get on the EU's nerves, man. It started all of the decision making that the West is doing is starting to get on their fucking nerves, man. And that's why they started to distance themselves. That's why they already creating their own sovereign military, where they have to answer to the U.S. or the West. You know, they doing their own thing, man.
Yep. They're like, you know what? NATO agreements say we should be doing this, but I think we just gonna do this we just gonna do our own military over here for us, just so they don't have to be involved with the policies of the agreements that NATO and the EU have come to in contract under, because they don't like what Trump over here in America's doing.
Yeah.
They're making moves like, we don't want to be attached to that. You know, we're gonna get everybody in trouble. And that's exactly what he's about to do. About to get everybody in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, let me get this. This is Jeremiah 50:12. It says, your mother shall be sore confounded.
Yep.
All right, and your mother is Britain, man. You know, hey, for this past, since Trump been in office, they have not been able to come to a mutual how could I put it, man? But basically, they haven't been on the same terms, man, since this man's been in office.
Yep.
They've been at disagreement as far as
see eye to eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as you know, with Brexit, you know, them being the first to try to get out the union. All right, Trump took offense to that.
Hey,
right.
And that's proven to be sloppy, but that's proven to be a smart move that they did. Because now, because of all this unrest that's happening in the Middle East, they're like, hey, we ain't gotta accept these refugees in over here from these other EU, NATO countries. We ain't gotta accept them in no more. Because we can shut our border off, like, nope, go around. You know, because now this unrest is gonna make people start fleeing to other countries.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, they ain't really been able to agree on anything, man.
Yeah.
The brother brought it up about the climate deal that they had with France. They disagreed then. The NATO, when they had that G summit about NATO, and Trump told them, hey, y'all gotta pay up because y'all not paying y'all end of the bargain for us to keep protecting y'all.
Yep.
Y'all gotta pay up.
Yeah.
They at the G20 summit, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in these nations, they've been sitting back and just viewing everything. They've been, while you talking about, you know, all these countries that are voting against you on the decision, the EU, your own allies been watching every move you've been making. And that's why you're starting to see why they're not agreeing with you, and they're starting to distance themselves, all right, from you.
All these other countries that's against America is like, oh yeah, who with them and who not? Like, they with Israel. Okay, so who else is with them? Raise your hand now, you know, or separate yourself, because we actually about to get ready to come down on this dude.
Yeah, man. You know, the Iranian nuclear deal. You know, every time all the nations can agree on something, there be diplomacy and peace. There's always the hammer of the earth that want to break it in pieces, man. You know, if somebody get it for me real quick, Sirach 28, the scriptures tell you that a sinful man, he disquieted many friends.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
our sinful kingdom is America, right?
Yeah, the sinful kingdom is America, man. That's that sinful place. Sirach 28, I think like 9.
Yep. Sirach 28:9 says, a sinful man disquieteth friends and maketh debate among them that be at peace.
And make a debate among them that be
at peace.
Town
right now.
So right now, that's why y'all have to have this big ass debate at this meeting, because America is disquieting everybody that's at peace. Everybody's in agreement. Everybody that diplomacy. You know what I'm saying? You fucking it up. That's why you're causing the uproars. And that's prophecy that is going to be uproars of the people in these last days, man.
They were friends at one time, or allies is another word for friends, so to speak. Right now, they're like,
yeah, they bickering. Hey, European countries, they bickering about you, man.
Yep.
You know they started to disdain this place, man.
Yep.
That's why we could bring out Obadiah now. When we go into Obadiah, it tells you that you're becoming small among the heathen and greatly despised.
Hey, because before it looked like, and this is just geographical, but the idea of it, before it looked like if you mess with one of the EU countries, you can't get them all at once, because there's the worst big bad America over here to go over there and protect them from long range, or vice versa. Like you mess with America, they was over here to protect them. Now that they're separating themselves, hey, fuck it, ain't nothing but Americans over there, and who else? Canadians and Mexicans. Who cares? Bomb them. That's what's gonna go down. That's what they're starting to think, like the possibility of destroying America. That's starting to play in these other countries' minds that were once allies with America.
Yeah.
Can you read that again?
Yes.
Sirach 28:9, it says, a sinful man disquieted friends.
And in this instance, the sinful kingdom is disquieting nations, nations that are at peace, that were at once at peace under a global agreed upon policy. All right, this whole Jerusalem thing, that's a big deal to these nations, man. And you coming in and you causing a ruckus, man. You're like, nah, I'm big bad USA, okay, and I don't care what all y'all's talking about. We finna make Jerusalem the capital, all right? Despite what those Palestinians is talking about, man. Because we fucks with Israel, because the Zionists, they control us, and we gotta do what the Zionists say. So we're gonna be their muscle, and we're gonna bully everybody into submission for the Zionists. And if you got something to say, or you want to come against that, the money that we have, we ain't gonna help you out with it. Don't come to us for shit. That's basically what Trump is saying. Don't come to us for nothing. We ain't gonna help you out.
Yeah, if you're not on our team, don't bother.
Yeah, don't mess with us. And that's giving that's giving a statement, a mixed message to his own allies, man, because they was in a disagreement. So what you telling them is the same sentiment that you had when you told NATO what you told NATO. Y'all gonna have to just pay y'all own bills, man. Y'all gotta pay up, and I don't think y'all need us to depend on. And NATO feels like, and them NATO, they took wind of that and was like, all right, so I'm guessing we don't need to rely on the West. All right, Germany, they feel that way. They've been talking about that.
Yep.
Y'all dominance and your influence is starting to fade, and we no longer acknowledge y'all dominance we don't acknowledge y'all as a world dominant superpower, right? We forming our own shit over here, and all these other countries, they're seeing that and they're taking soup. Well, really, they're not.
They're not. I'm not talking about them, but even the weaker countries are feeling the same way.
Yeah.
Like, we got that. You got a gun. We got one too. It ain't as big as yours, but it still kills. It still shoots.
Yeah, man. Like going back to Jeremiah 50:12, it says, "Your mother shall be confounded; she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hithermost part of the nation shall be a wilderness and a dry land and a desert." So basically, she's confounded that she actually bore you, that she conceived you. And she's going to be angry along with, you know, the rest of the heads, okay, and the horns, and they're going to make you desolate, man. That's what's going to happen. All right. America is becoming more and more of an enemy instead of an ally.
I gotta read this next verse, bro. Back in Sirach 28:10, it says, "As the matter of the fire is, so it burneth, and as a man's strength is, so is his wrath, and according to his riches, his anger riseth."
Hey, his anger riseth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he's basically, Trump is angry that these nations are not siding with America. Right. So now he's using his the wealth of America, the riches, all right, their money, to basically try to bribe them or try to blackmail.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it blackmail? Yeah, I think that's
blackmail. Well, if you don't vote in our favor, then we gonna cut aid to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he's pretty much angry that these other nations are not agreeing.
But that's messing America up.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the more he's telling people, we ain't gonna aid with you, the more the allies are saying, okay, we're gonna aid with the ones that we was with, and we gonna build on like brother Shapal put up. He said more countries are looking to leave the dollar for the yuan.
Yeah.
So they gonna be siding with they're gonna leave off the American currency and go side with those that you could say care about them or that give aid to them.
That's standing on their deal. America breaks too many deals, you know, and then with Trump, you can't trust Trump right now. Nobody trusts this dude.
Yeah, hey, put it like this: if you threatening to cut money to those nations that you once, you know, were good with over this shit, you don't think them other nations will look towards the other superpower that rivals you,
right?
That can actually help. And they sitting back and they seeing this other superpower aid little countries.
Mm-hmm.
Who am I talking about? The big bear.
Right? Yep.
Russia.
Yep.
Russia is sending aid to a lot of these different countries, man.
And they but they watched Russia back their money, the ruble, but they were stacking up gold and trading in gold with these other countries, man. They was actually backing their the ruble with real commodity, man, with real money. It wasn't just printed in a believable amount that's back there electronically. It was actually really there. It was actually really buying up stuff, making deals. You know? Yep. And they watched them do it because they saw the deal. You really good. Damn, man, I guess they really do got it. Look, they got missiles over there now. They really is doing something over there. And they really they economy starting to make a little comeback now. It's really doing something.
Yeah, and this geopolitically hurts America.
Yep.
Because if you cut off, you know, resources or supplies to these other nations, they could resort to turning to or looking to the enemy for that same aid.
You can't forget that America has embassies in all these different countries too. So it's nothing for them to go destroy those embassies or attack America that way.
Yep.
And what form of aid are you threatening them to cut from them? Because if you threatening to cut the supply of weapons, Russia is supplying everybody with missiles and
they up there passing out guns
advanced
for
technology.
you, for you. You know, you don't like America, right? You sure? Okay, for you.
Yeah.
Straight up, man.
They're handing everybody weapons, man.
Yep.
And Turkey, which is a NATO member, been getting supplied by Russia all year.
Yep.
You know?
Good morning.
I'm
gonna read that part again. It says, and as a man's strength is, so is his wrath, and according to his riches, his anger riseth. And the stronger they are which contend, the more they will be inflamed. Meaning, because they keep going back and forth, basically because they're not siding with America. America's getting more and more angry over and over because, like, man, y'all ain't going back. Okay, because I don't need y'all. I don't need y'all. I can do for myself. I'm the strongest military, the richest country, blah, blah, blah. That's what they trying to act like. And look what it says here. It says, and hasty contention kindleth a fire. And by you choosing a side about where Israel's going to land, that's a hasty contention. You didn't go through the proper legislation, so to speak, to make that declaration. You know, it says, and a hasty fighting sheddeth blood. If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. But that's not what he's doing. And both these come out of thy mouth. You could have spit on this and and quenched it, but no. Trump wants the contention because all his goal is to make America great again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all it is, man.
He don't care about. He said it.
It's about world dominance, man.
I just want to make this place to the top places it was always supposed to be, or the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Not realizing it ain't going back to that, man. It ain't going back to that. It would have healed Babylon, but Babylon is not healed. Right?
Yeah. Let me get this article. It's from the independent.co.uk. UN Jerusalem vote. Donald Trump's threat to cut foreign aid acting to diplomatic prostitution. And basically, man, you pimping diplomacy by saying if you don't get out, if you don't do this, then we ain't gonna, we ain't gonna maintain diplomatic relations with you. We ain't gonna help you, whatever it is that you need.
Come on, bro, you used the perfect word, blackmail. That's exactly what it is.
That's blackmail, man.
Pimping.
And that's why these nations are gonna turn against this place. It says the official says that U.S. telling the world, unless you vote with us, we're not going to give you money. Let me slow down real quick.
And right now, that sounds like a serious threat because the petrodollar, man. Everybody needs oil, right? So, and it's traded in this money. If nobody's trading your money in for their money, I'm saying it for whatever was the won or the ruble or whatever it is. If you're not trading that into the petrodollar, the U.S. dollar, you can't get the gas because that's what it's traded in. We're not going to honor your money. Your money's no good here. You can't buy it with us. That's what he's saying. It's basically going to hurt your economy.
And it's funny too because America is giving all this money to the UN, but America is broke. Right. America's in debt.
That's why that's why they're acting like they got it. Because look, they don't know that Fort Knox is empty. The other countries don't know that for sure. America act like they got it, and they just writing checks, and they got this is free money. This is credit. This is EBIT, ET. Esau buying it. This ain't nothing. We could just do this all day and get stuff.
Yeah.
Like you find stuff like a stolen credit card. They just fucking run it up.
Yeah.
You want to read more?
It says a former CIA official has said that the U.S. President Donald Trump's threat to cut foreign aid over the United Nations vote on Jerusalem is akin to diplomatic prostitution. The scathing criticism came from Phil Mudd, the former director of the CIA's counterterrorist center. He appeared on CNN and said, "We are telling people unless you vote with us, we're not going to give you money. And if your heart doesn't agree with American policies, we're not going to support you in terms of U.S. aid."
If you don't believe in Christmas, you're a terrorist. If you don't, it's the same.
In other words, if a natural disaster occurs in your country like Puerto Rico,
we ain't sending over
the
Salvation Army.
We're not going to help you out. You want to feed for yourself.
Hey, and by the way, we know who runs this heart to really put hell on these countries, man. Because everybody previously that has been talking shit, here come a natural disaster right in your region.
Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of you smaller countries ain't got it like that. Sometimes you need aid from
sometimes they need it. They need it.
So you have to look to China or Russia, man. You have to pick a side at this point. That's the two sides right now that are two superpowers that are at conflict, man. Right. That are rivals. And you got U.S. and Israel, and Russia and China, man. You know, it says the UN had voted 128-9 to make the U.S. decision to recognize the Holy City as the capital of Israel null and void. It is a non-binding vote, but seen more as a symbolic message from the world to the Trump administration about breaking over 50 years of diplomatic policy towards Israel and disputed territory with Palestinians. All right, so they were under a diplomatic policy for 50 years where it wouldn't be no fight as long as they acknowledged that Jerusalem would be a international regime and not sovereign to one of those countries. All right. But now that you came in here and you tried to bring this declaration out, it's fucking up the diplomacy, the peace.
Yep.
You know, so the nations they're basically sending a message to Trump in the U.S. You know, we ain't gonna stand for this bullshit any longer, man. All right. It says, speaking to members of his cabinet ahead of the vote, Mr. Trump said, for all these nations, they take our money and then vote against us. They take hundreds of millions of dollars, even billions of dollars, and then they vote against us.
Hey, I'm not even mad. I'm like, what Trump is doing, when I was watching his what do you call it, his campaign, when I was watching his campaign, I'm not mad at him for this. Because think about the people that voted for him is with this shit. Like, man, I'm tired of paying for these guys, man. They up here prospering, we ain't doing nothing. America, we got all these Mexicans in here, we got all, you know, you can imagine what these damn Edomites is really thinking. They are mad at what he's doing what he said he was gonna do. He's actually making the best business move for America. But they don't know the end game of what they didn't think, you know, as things had been going, it seemed like this was gonna work out. But they didn't know what the prophecy says about these other smaller countries, and America. They don't know the end game, the prophecy of it, that is gonna get destroyed.
Yeah. And this is all part of, you know, Yahushua saying, nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom.
Yep.
That's all that's stemming from this, and then ultimately it's going to be war. This is creating war, man. This is the war that's going to lead to the final war. This is the final war.
It's like the bully
being created, man.
It's like the bully hitting on the little kid, you know, all this time. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit on you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hit on you. And finally, somebody hits the bully back. Like, hey, what is this shit? What you hitting back for? I'm supposed to be hitting on you. You're supposed to do it. I'm supposed to be punking you. I'm telling you, punk. This is what's going on. It's gonna create war. Now all the little punks all the main nations that's been getting punked by America is starting to turn around and stand up to America. And they've been getting trained by the other big dogs on the block. You know.
It says this is from what Trump said. We're watching those votes. Let them vote against us. We'll save a lot. We don't care.
That's it. We'll save a lot. We don't care. We don't. That's what he don't really want anybody to be with him. He got the ones he wants. He just gave them Jerusalem. That's where the money at.
Yeah.
He ain't worried about nobody else. If we got their money, we good.
Mm-hmm. It says U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, echoed the sentiment at the UN just ahead of the vote. The U.S. will remember the countries that voted yes against the Americans. She noted that the U.S. is the single largest contributor to the world body, but this vote could change that.
Yeah, it's gonna change that.
Yeah.
Yep, it's gonna change that.
But you know what? They're not gonna budge because basically your economy is shit.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to ditch the petrodollar, which is weakening the dollar. Everybody understand that you're just answering to the Zionist regime. You're just a big bully under the leash of the
muscle
with Israel.
Yep.
Okay. You're like a big Terry Crews ass, big buff ass faggot.
Yeah.
You know, but you a bully, but you under the leash of a fucking gutter rat, man.
Yeah.
They got that leash tight on your neck, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they use you to create these fake wars. They use you to fund terrorist groups. You know, they use you to do every damn thing for them, man.
Yep.
And it's causing you to fall out with the whole planet. That's why it's gonna lead to the whole planet rising up against your ass and taking you out, man. You know? So yeah, hey, let's get Obadiah.
No, just right there. You got it already? Go.
Start at the top.
Yep.
Yeah, you can start.
It's Obadiah, starting at the top. The vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord Yahweh concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Most High, and an ambassador is sent among the heathens. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle.
Listen, that's actually formulating, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is leading to that final battle, and basically America, or Babylon the Great, the great whore, virgin daughter of Babylon, she's going to be cornered. Okay, she's going to be cornered by her enemies. You know, and also the other big guy on the block who has equal might, equal military power and wealth. You know what I'm saying? And technology.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna be fighting with them, all the nations that you bullying, that's falling under Russia, and your own allies is getting ready to turn against you, man.
Yep.
So you're gonna be basically you're gonna be cornered, man.
Yep.
Talking about you American Edomites, man. This Edom right here is talking about the Edom, the Babylon Edom.
Yep.
All right, America, man. You Edomites that run America. Okay, you're the most hated Edomite on the planet, the American Edomite.
That's right.
Okay, really, the Israeli Edomite, and mainly the U.S. Edomite. All right, go ahead, bro.
Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised.
Yeah, you on your own. That's what it means by I've made you small among the heathen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, basically the heathen, all these other countries are coming against you. They outnumber you now.
Yep.
More of them are starting to call your bluff.
And you did this to yourself.
Yeah.
Your own tongue is falling upon you. You did this to yourself. You put yourself at odds with everybody, you know, because you want it to be about you. That's America, make America great again. Well, this is what you get when you do that.
Yeah, America is narcissist, man.
Yeah.
You know, America is a place of narcissism. It's all about you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other nations like, damn, you that selfish? I thought we were all in it together, you know.
But
especially
America has been losing with these other countries, though. Yeah. It's just that's why I'm saying I don't blame Trump or these crackers, man. I don't blame them for backing Trump on this move, because America has been losing dealing with these other countries. But now you got all these other countries against you now, you know, and you don't seem so powerful. And in your weakest moment, just like Rome was spread thin, guess what? You're now spread thin. They have a chance to get you.
Yeah, because now, especially in the Islamic world, Islam is the second largest influential religion in the world, mm-hmm. Behind Christianity. All right, and there's a lot of different nations under Islam. Yeah. Ishmael, that's pretty much their shit. But you also got Ham, yeah, that's heavily into Islam, as well as Elam.
Some in there too.
So therefore, those nations that are affected by this, they're going to also come against you. Mm-hmm. All of them that were at the UN, those were predominantly those nations that I'm mentioning.
Yeah.
And those nations are not in agreement with the decision that Trump is trying to make. So basically, Trump is threatening to blackmail them. So whose side do you think they're going to choose? All right. That's why the Lord is causing a company. It's going to be a multitude of nations that's going to be gathered with the Medes, which is Russia. that's going to come against Babylon. Keep going.
It's 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Man, that's the sentiment of white America, man.
Yep.
You know, that great pride. You know, we're the largest. Like when she said, Nikki Haley, she said we're the single largest contributor to the whole world.
Talking about America.
Talking about America, man. But if y'all come against us on this vote, and we could change that.
And you gotta believe Trump sat back and like, you know what is France really giving to us? Nothing really. What is England really giving to us? A little bit. We can give it that. How much are we giving them? What? He went through the line of all these countries and said, what are we giving them and what are they getting? And what are we getting from them?
Yeah.
And it's not a fair deal. It's not beneficial to America. No, cut it off. Cut it off. We want them to cut it off. Let's do something that's going to give us an excuse to cut these people off.
Yep.
And that's what they're doing.
Yep. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It says, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh.
Hey, and now the Lord is starting to cast you down right now, man. You know, he's going to bring you down from your pride, right? Because you're exalted to the roof right now, constantly feeling yourself. You know, making all these threats and blackmailing nations, destroying policies, telling people what they can and can't do in their own land. You know, breaking international policy, destroying the diplomacy between like you're just doing the most right now, man. Trying to take over the Korean peninsula, and Russia ain't letting you do that, man. That's why they just recently put some huge missile defenses right over there on the border. You know, because they know what's going down, man. This is all leading up to World War III, which is going to be the final war, and it's going to be nuclear.
Yep.
Okay. Keep going.
This is 5. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?
And that's a rhetorical question, man. It's like those are 2 rhetorical questions because America, they can't sit. Esau says, "I have not enough." He's not filled with taking everything. He wants everything and then some.
Yep.
He even wants what's not his. He's covetous.
Yep.
You know. Right?
All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in them.
Yeah, so those that you were confederate with, that you were peaceful with, you was allied with, they deceived you. Now you're seeing that these countries really, even though y'all were allied and you've been, you know, aiding them and, you know, doing all these things with them, but they're showing you that they really don't fuck with you like that, man. They use you for that protection and that power.
God, it's like a
you know.
You can look at it like a disease too. Like America has not disease, like an addiction. You know, America has the drug that they've been giving to the rest of these countries. So the rest of the countries look for America for the source of that drug, for that high. You know, but once America stops supplying, they're gonna go to another drug dealer.
Yep.
Yep.
And they're gonna get they high that way.
Yeah.
The street gangster ways, man, don't change, man. New ways don't change, man. It just got down to a street level, but it's on a high worldwide stage also, the same way, playing out the same way.
Yeah, that was it. What was you at?
7.
7.
Yeah, number 8.
Go ahead.
This is 8. Shall I not in that day, saith Yahweh, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Not read now. It says, and thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed to the end that everyone of the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen, man. You're gonna get cut off by, that's the end game. You're gonna get cut off by slaughter, man.
If they didn't know that part when Trump didn't know that part when he started making these moves.
Yeah, backfiring, man.
You
know, but this is all it's beautiful how everything is unfolding. This is a world stage that the Most High is you know, he's in control of, man. This is his show.
Yep.
That's why in the Greek, you know, God means theos, which theater goes back to that word. This is all one big theater, you know, for the Most High, man. You know. Hey, somebody got to be the villain. Somebody got to be the bad guy.
Yep.
You know. Yeah, you can go back.
I'm looking at yeah, I got one. Nahum 3. Nahum 3:1, it says, woe to the bloody city, it is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departed not. And now that's starting to be seen by the other nations. It was cool when it was just hitting these smaller nations and nobody's fighting back. Now that they're beginning to talk about America, beginning to turn their back on their allies or friends, you know, now it's an issue. It's an issue now. You know, now they're like, hey man, we don't like this place no more. Let me jump down to verse 4. Yeah, it says, because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts. I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. And how is he discovering their skirts? We know about it, but these other nations are starting to see what's up under America's skirt. You know, they're starting to see the deeds of America, how America truly gets down. Right? It says, and I will show the nations thy nakedness and the kingdoms thy shame. And thou wilt cast abominable filth upon thee and make thee vile, and will set thee as a gazing stock. And it shall come to pass that all they that look upon thee shall flee from thee and say, Nineveh is laid waste. Which Nineveh is another form of America, has a bit of Nineveh in it. You know? It says,
yeah, because that was prophesying against Nineveh, but now it's still Nineveh is America.
It's America also, yeah.
You know? Because Babylon is known for selling the nations through their witchcrafts, man. Or sorceries. That's what attracts people to this place, you know, the you know, the Hollywood industry, you know, the magic that be performed here in this society. You know, all the idols is over here. Everything is over here, man.
We get free.
Yeah. Yep.
You know.
So let me read this part, because this where it ties in to America, right? Because this says it in the prophecy of America in later Revelations. So a very similar thing. It says, Nineveh is laid waste. Who will bemoan her? Whence shall I seek comforters for thee? Who, like that when other nations say, Babylon the great is fallen and become the habitation of devils. And then is that the 18th chapter, I believe?
Yeah, when it talks about the destruction of America.
Right. And they at last, you know what I'm saying? 18:2, right? Yeah, there's another one further down. Excuse me. Yeah. It's not. We don't have to get it, you know, unless you want me to get it.
No, there was a point, you know.
Yeah, that was pretty much the point. It's just similar, and that's how it ties into it talking about America, because the same way the nations felt about Nineveh being destroyed, the same way they're gonna feel about America being destroyed, and it ties right into the Revelation 18th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So we can go back to the point though.
Yeah, kind of. You was holding on something, Revelation? Hold that. I want to read a little more on this article real quick. You scroll down. Yeah, this is an example of one of the one of the countries that have been aided by the U.S. They actually voted yes on the decision, right? Mm-hmm. So Egypt voted yes, and Mr. Mudd said one of the reasons that the president has developed a relationship with President Sisi of Egypt is that he is so aggressive against the version of ISIS that is operating Egypt. Do you think Mr. Trump is going to get on the phone and say, because of one vote that's non-binding in the UN, we're going to back down on our partnership with you as you kill ISIS partners in Egypt? Mr. Mudd said he does not believe there will be any reprisal against Egypt or any of the 127 countries that voted yes. The Americans aren't going to do it, and the presidents are not going to back it up, he said. So they're calling his bluff. Like, man, he talking shit, man. He just mad that we not siding with his view, you know, his decision. Now he's acting like a spoiled brat, you know. Which is why I read that verse in the 28th chapter of Sirach. Yeah. Because they have the strength and they have the riches that they just gonna keep getting madder and madder. So where they gonna start? He's gonna try to stand up against these other countries, man. No, Trump. No, he talks shit for the most part, but you could tell he's serious. Yeah. You could tell this devil's serious, man. He looked angry. He had his arms folded across and all that shit, man. when he said, we giving you all this money and y'all voted against us, all right, you know, he looked like he was for real. You know, once he start to actually act on his word, you nations are gonna see that, and y'all gonna have to, you know, come to reality, man. Oh, you didn't vote for me? Oh, okay. All you broke ass people didn't vote for me. Austerity measures in America. Martial law. It says, however, UN expert at the European Council on Foreign Relations told the Independent that the U.S. will probably make some token aid cuts. But if Mr. Trump really slashes assistance to scores of countries, he would just weaken U.S. influence further. Yeah. And that's actually true. Yeah. You know, you ain't gonna have the same influence on everybody. Yeah. Nobody can look to you anymore. You know, because they know where to go get it now. Yeah, they'll just find somebody else. From you? Yeah. China, y'all making deals? Yeah. No? Okay, Russia, y'all making deals, right? Russia's like, man, hell yeah, man. Yo, you anti-America? Yeah, we'll make a deal. Why not? And the main thing that a lot of these nations got to rely upon is oil. Yep. And that's one of the reasons why they keep trying to wage war on Syria, because of that pipeline that goes through Syria. There's two different pipelines that go over there. Russia is in control of, is it both of them or one of them? Because if I'm not mistaken, you have one that goes through Iran and Iraq into Syria. Yep. I want to say it like this. And Europe gets a lot of its petroleum from Russia. Yep. It's because they can't. America, okay, you got control of the oil, but you got no way to move it to where you need it to. Matter of fact, Saudi Arabia even voted yes. And that's where that's the main area where you get a bulk of the oil from. Right over there in Saudi Arabia. You know? Yeah. You get a lot of the oil from them as you aid them with, you know, money and weapons and stuff like that. You know? I wonder what Trump's stance gonna be on Saudi Arabia for voting yes. Well, that's where you got to get your oil from. He might bomb them. Who knows?
And fuck it, take down the government over there.
But see, this is causing another ally to pick a side, because Saudi Arabia, you know, them being Islamic, of course they're not going to agree with that decision. You're giving, you're giving Jerusalem to them gutter rats. What about the Muslims?
Don't give us.
You know. So hey, it's all falling in line, man. Ishmael's on that ass right now, man.
They ain't scared.
No.
Let the weak say I am strong.
Yeah, man, this is all leading to war, man. That's all it's doing. Meanwhile, you know, the truth is building and getting much stronger. More and more brothers are waking up, you know, in Israel. All right, so this is beautiful, man. And now these Christians want to just come out and declare war against us because they see that we're building, the temple is being built, and they can't be a part of the building process, man. The spiritual temple that's being built. You know, they mad. These Christians are mad, man.
Seniors are coming upon us.
Yeah. And they don't have the spirit to do what we're doing right now. We're going into prophecy. You see how we can go into prophecy and talk about what's going on right now out in the scriptures? These Christians, they don't have that spirit to do that.
Nope.
Show you that the spirit of the Lord is not with them.
Because in the scriptures say the testimony of
Yahweh, the spirit of prophecy. And the spirit ain't with them, man.
God, they're not even doing what the script said it would be done in the last days. They're not standing in great boldness upon those that have afflicted them, because they don't feel like they've been afflicted.
Yeah, exactly. And they also not, because Yahweh said for us to go out there and watch. All right? We're supposed to be going out here on the highways and hedges, and we're supposed to be watching and teaching our people. We're supposed to be prophesying to them.
Get into marriage.
Yeah. But the Christian world, they don't prophesy. All they do is get into, let's talk about the gospel. Yeah. You know, all you gotta do is believe and you shall be saved.
There's a lot of bad news coming before the good news finally gets here.
God, the scripture lamentations from morning and woe.
Yeah. I'm looking for, I just read it. I forgot where I read it. I think it's right here.
Yeah, why y'all not? Why is vocab you got so much time to be on the comment boards, you know, messing with talking shit to us. You know what I'm saying? But why aren't you touching on this situation? This is a world event. This is biblical. This is a prophecy being fulfilled. Y'all such Christians, but yet y'all leave one of the biggest essential parts of the ministry, which is prophecy. Y'all never get into none of the prophecies, man. Where's y'all videos getting on, exposing and bringing to light this information that's going on over there in the Middle East?
We're multitasking over here at Great Millstone.
We fighting y'all while we still prophesy.
Yeah, it's too much going on. That's why the 3 video thing ain't that hard, man. And then there's just regular stuff for us as men, trying to be righteous men, to gain information with too. Like, there's plenty to talk about. Y'all only want to talk about Great Millstone or the gospel.
You got so many angles with y'all. Y'all off in so many places.
Yep.
So while y'all trying to attack us on different what y'all call doctrines, which is just the truth, we hitting you with the same scripts that you claim you know.
Yep. And putting the truth out about. I want to beat this one right here, bro. About what we were talking about, the whole situation with all these countries, right? Joel chapter 3, verse 2. So I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel.
Yeah, and that's what this is all about.
Yeah, that's the part that they don't get.
This big ass war is about to break out because these nations are trying to take over a land that belonged to the real people of the Lord.
Yep.
The real people of the Lord are in slavery, while the heathen are both trying to fight and damn near destroy each other over that land.
And while y'all fighting, the men, you said it, right? Right, y'all brothers said it right before this. And while they fighting, we're over here gathering righteous men, gathering the elect. So that's going to be the governing body, and that's going to get salvation out of this thing and be preserved out of the destruction become the power structure, to set up the power structure of the planet after they destroy each other. Like, you guys don't understand how big that's gospel. That's good news right there. While you guys are destroying yourselves, talking about the other nations are destroying themselves, we're over here setting up the rulership that's gonna govern the earth after they destroy themselves, each other. Then we're gonna rule them and destroy them and then put them in the place that they're supposed to be in.
Yeah.
You know, that's the part they don't get. Let me keep reading. It says, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And we the only ones that in there. Why Palestine got a piece of Israel, and why these Khazars got a piece of Israel? And how you gonna give away Jerusalem to people that ain't even theirs? None of the land is there. And why y'all mad over a land that ain't yours anyway? We're the only ones that should be mad about that land and about Jerusalem.
Yep.
You know? That was all I want to read on that.
It said what? Read that last part again.
Yeah, yep. I'm gonna read it from the middle. And I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
And what?
And parted my land.
And parted my land.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what the UN did going back to 1947, man.
Yep.
You know,
and
they had a partition plan that they executed.
And Trump is what he just did is feed right into that.
Yeah, now he's basically increasing to those so-called those gutter rats. He's increasing that which is not theirs. He's making what's not theirs part of theirs now. That's their jurisdiction. Jerusalem belongs to those gutter rats now, and the nations are like, what? Woe unto him that's doing this.
I got it.
You already know.
Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 9. Woe to him that coveted an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high.
No. Go up to 6.
You want me to go up? That's what I figured. Salaki. Yeah. Yeah, Salaki. Verse 5. Yea. Yeah, I'll start right there. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Mm-hmm.
Way in the Middle East, all in Israel, he's just everywhere, right?
Yep.
Said, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. We was talking about that. He's self-centered, he wanted it all, right?
Yep. Narcissist.
It says, but gathered unto him all people, and heapeth unto him all people. No, so like gathered unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
And that's what's happening now.
Yep.
All right, that's what that whole meeting, that whole assembly was about. You declaring what's not theirs.
Yep. That ain't yours to be saying who can have that.
You're giving them the increase as if that really belonged to them. We all agreed over 50 years ago that Jerusalem is going to remain a sovereign city, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to belong to either or. But this devil is like, nope, we finna increase that. That's ours.
Yep.
And the nations are saying, whoa, they saying, no, man, we want to fight over this, man.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what you see. Go ahead.
It says, woe to him.
And what's funny is they doing all this, and neither one of them is supposed to claim jurisdiction to that place.
And who is this third party coming in to say this? Who is you?
Yeah.
Who is America to say what we doing over here in the Middle East? You ain't got nothing to do over here. Why are you over here telling us what? Yeah.
You're not keeping at home.
Why you way over here saying what the hell we should be doing over here?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, we American. Shit. I'm the baddest army. I'm the richest country. Oh, okay. You don't see what you get because of this. But it says, woe to him that increases that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, ain't you in debt?
Yeah,
Ain't you in debt, man?
Like, don't you owe me some money right now?
China. Like,
don't you owe me some money?
Maybe we should go to China for aid since you since your economy is falling, and it seems we starting to see that China is growing. Okay, maybe we should run to them for the aid if you ain't gonna do it. You know, you're in debt to those people. Over 20 trillion. Yeah. How are you gonna get your way out of that?
Record numbers, historic landmark numbers.
Yep.
Verse 7, it says, shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Yep.
And awake that shall vex thee? And thou shalt be for booties unto them? And that's these countries that you never thought that they would rise up and come against you. But guess what? I'm going to keep quoting it. I got it on deck. Let the weak say I'm strong. Right? It says, because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land of the city and of all that dwelleth therein. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may, because look, what did he do? He gave it to them damn gunner rats, another sect of Edomites, versus giving it to Ishmael over there. That's what he did. He made sure Ishmael wasn't going to get it by giving it to his fellow Edomite.
Yeah, that evil covetousness, like you're willing to bomb people to take their land, take their resources. You know, you'll commit genocide, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did that when you came over here to America and took America from Gad, man. You know, when you went over there into the Caribbean islands and took down, the northern kingdom that was down there.
Yep.
You know, same shit, man. It says
this is what you do.
Yeah, it says that he covered fields.
Yep.
And he later taken by violence. You know, that's what you do. You oppress men's heritages, man.
I have all three of them.
You know, and they're doing the same thing with this Jerusalem situation, because those Palestinians, they feel like, hey, man, I mean, we already been at conflict with these Israelis, man. We've been going to war since they've been there, but now you bring your ass over here, man, and you're really trying to destroy us out of there and give all this to these damn gutter rats, man. The hell with that. And Esau been killing a lot of Ishmaelites over there in Gaza and Palestine, West Bank. That's what's happening, man. The same thing they tried to do the same thing to Syria. But the Assad regime is not going to let go. They're not going to bow down. Plus, they backed by the bear.
That's right.
All right.
There's some more.
Yeah, good.
Said that he may set his nest on high because he got that position. If he has Jerusalem in the land of Israel, they feel like they got that position. It says that he may be delivered from the power of evil. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timbers shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity.
Yeah, and you built America with the blood of Israel, of the true Israelites. Okay, and you established these cities by iniquity, man. And you also establishing Jerusalem to be the capital by iniquity. Because who are you to have that type of authority to declare sovereignty for a nation? This goes to show you that America is definitely Babylon the Great, and that Esau is The so-called white man got to be Esau because he's the last ruling power. All right, he's the last ruling power. He has all the influence. He has all the authority. He has the power. All right. That's how you. That's how you know. Okay. I ain't heard one peep about the Vatican dealing with this situation.
Yeah, when
they're supposed to be Babylon. Where's their influence at on this matter?
Right.
You know. Because that's it.
Yeah, I was in on that.
Yeah, I had a few more.
Yeah.
To bring them out again.
Yep. You want that in microphone?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's Micah 2, and start at the top. It's Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it.
You know they put this whole big plan together, man. You know they thought this through. They're not just making blind moves. They're wiser than Daniel, man. They're not just making blind, spur of the moment moves, man. They know, they're calculated. They know what they're doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, and also, if I may say this, and we were just talking about that before we started, how while everybody is distracted about what's going on with that situation, this is the perfect time for them to be coming up, you know, behind the scenes with another scenario to cause another attempt for a terrorist attack, man.
Yeah.
Because they want to bring order out of all this that you see, all this chaos that's going on. They got to bring order out of that. So what other way? This is the perfect time to do that. They could cause whatever to happen over here in Babylon and then blame it on the influence being from Trump's decision, you know, or as a possible enemy, probably one of the nations that you know, a Muslim nation did it. ISIS did it.
I gotta bring this up now, right? Now on the news this morning here in Vegas, I don't know if I think the whole world got this news though, but they said this whole 1 October thing here in Vegas, they're not going to release any information until next year, 1 October, October 1st, 2018. And when they're going to, like, why, everybody asks why so long? They said because they want to be thorough. They're known for being precise and whatever, you know, thorough, precise, and getting the job done, the FBI. Well, guess what happened today, right? There was supposed to be, the FBI foiled an attempt of a terrorist attack for Christmas Day in San Francisco, Pier 39.
Yeah.
Saying that they're proficient in that. Man, ain't nobody stupid. We see what you're doing. So America's gonna look like they're just the damn hero of the scene. And they said the guy from the terrorist thing was linked into ISIS somehow.
Which really he's
a homegrown American.
CIA.
He was I think he was an American that began to take on ISIS views or something like that.
That's bullshit.
Come on, man. Nobody's stupid, man. We see what you're doing. We see what you're doing. You're making the American citizen a terrorist, literally, and you're heightening up these terrorist attacks.
So you can bring regulation.
Order out of chaos.
Martial law.
Right.
Martial law. That's all it's all about, man.
Yep.
So they can bring out order. And hey, matter of fact, the UN actually finally they actually went through with it. They're actually putting troops in Chicago as we speak.
Oh yeah,
that's happening.
We knew that was gonna happen. We knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. You know. Hey, 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, man.
Yeah.
it's starting to finally go down, man. Why you Christians are silent about all this?
Yeah, but y'all don't know that this is going on.
Too focused on us and how we don't have the truth. You know what I'm saying? Too quick, so busy trying to dispel us that y'all are oblivious to biblical prophecy actually fulfilling right now.
But
that's how you know you got demons all over you, man.
They don't want to see that. I'm telling you, the sentiment of these groups, bro, and this is the messed up part about it, they're not worried about martial law in America because they don't see that. Then the media got them blinded by that. They're not thinking about that. That's not gospel, right? To them. But to us, as long as we're not the Israelites, man, as long as we're not them, that's all they care about, as long as it's not us. They just don't want it to be us, not y'all. As long as we're not the ones that'll be saved. It could be anybody. It could be ISIS. They don't give a shit. As long as it's not you niggas in Great Millstone. That's what they're really saying though.
Yeah.
If you start adding up the basics of what they're saying, that's what they're saying. As long as it's not y'all.
Right.
But guess what though? Lord, what it is us. And
when
it
it was
like us.
When it was on the other end, when we had to subjugate ourselves to your plantation Christianity, it was no fight. It was no doubt about it. Everybody complied. Yeah, Jesus is the white man is God.
Yep.
Jesus is God. All right, we're supposed to obey our masters. Y'all supposed to rule over us.
Yep.
All right, we're supposed to worship you on Sunday. So we're supposed to be pagans for you.
Yep.
Everything was in harmony when it was like that. But now that we come into the knowledge of the truth and telling you, nah, your way it was not the way. You a fucking liar. You're a deceiver.
We tried those shit. It's no good for us.
It's no good. The world's fucked up under your way.
Yep.
Now all of a sudden, y'all just can't be those people. Y'all just can't have the truth.
Yep.
Why all of a sudden we can't have the truth now?
Yep.
You know?
Why can't this be the truth?
Why can't it be the truth?
Because rape is in the law of the Bible. Because because it's these gangbanging niggas that's killing each other. Some of the ones that look like them are the men of the Lord also.
Yeah.
That why it can't be us? Because we're that destroyed? That sounds like what the book is saying though. Like that's exactly who it's supposed to be. Anyway, we digressed a little bit, but the point was all of this was calculated. This devil was calculated. He laid upon his bed, thought this shit through, and he's executing his plan.
Yeah, mainly the elites.
Right.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Trump, he's just another puppet, man. He's a good ass actor too.
Oh yeah. He had two.
But everybody forget that this motherfucker was a straight up TV celebrity. Yeah. He did not have any experience in politics like that. This guy, what he usually is senators that become elected officials,
lawyers,
or candidates. Yeah, lawyers, men like that that become president. He didn't have no background in none of that shit.
But it makes sense though because. And it's funny because there was other engineers, there's other types of people that were presidents before America, when America was great again. Yep. Then it became just lawyers where they're just signing laws. There was all these laws because all these lawyers was in the White House. Now they really got a businessman because America is a business and is ran as a business. So he's the perfect guy. And he's executing business budget cuts. Okay, sale. Whatever it is we got, we're selling it. Whatever it is we want from you, we're gonna get it. We're gonna figure out how to do it, or we ain't gotta deal with you. He's really running America like a business. Because it is. It's a corporation, literally, called Homeland Security. Literally.
Yep.
You know? You got it, bro.
It's Micah 2 and back at 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand.
Yep.
And they covet fields and take them by violence and houses.
So, what is everybody worried about that's going against Trump? That America's going to hammer their ass. That's what. They ain't worried about nothing else. They say they just going to take money, but when America takes money and you still got something that America wants, they're going to hammer your ass for it. Oh yeah, they voted against you when you voted, when you said this, when you declared this. Oh yeah, well, let's go get that opium. Let's go get that oil. They'll go get it. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna be very vindictive about it, man. Like hold a grudge, like, oh, so y'all, y'all voted against me. You remember this shit.
Y'all had an earthquake over here, huh? Oh, so y'all remember y'all voted against me? We ain't sending no aid.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't got no resources we want over there. We're not coming.
They taking note because not only just, that's little shit. All right, we're gonna withdraw. We ain't gonna give y'all money when y'all need it. He could be talking about some other shit, man. You can't trust this damn devil. All right. Go ahead, bro.
It says because it is in the power of their hand, And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage.
Yep.
That's the entire history of Esau.
That's what he do. That's his MO.
That's what he do, man. Just go around confiscating, taking what's not his, putting, giving claim to it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thief cometh not but for to steal, kill, and destroy.
Yep.
Okay. So
that's his mode of operation.
Yeah. This is all gonna lead to all these nations finally saying, "Man, you a piece of shit," and we're ready to fry your ass up.
Yep.
And that's what's gonna happen, man. All right. And they're gonna follow, Russia and China's lead in destroying this bitch, man. And that's when Yahweh Shai gonna come and liberate his elect.
That's right.
And that's all we waiting for.
Because that process is sloppy, bro. That process is happening simultaneously. Mm-hmm. While you guys are worried about, I'm talking about on a large scale terrorism. Americans is worried about terrorism, right? And then the world is worried about what's going on in the Middle East with Trump and these other nations, right? Well, only you Christians even notice that we're actually gathering the elect over here. That's what's going on. The elect is being gathered to become the new power structure of the earth.
Yeah,
after World War III.
Yeah, y'all fighting over Jerusalem, and the new Jerusalem is gonna show up.
Yep.
All right. The new Jerusalem is being built, spiritually built.
Yep.
Not no physical temple. It's spiritually being built.
Yep. Was that you that read that? No, I forgot who it was, but the brother read. Might have been in LA. I don't remember, but they read Matthew the 6th chapter about where moth and rust do not corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you can't destroy our temple again because it's in our people now. We even was talking about it at some point, but you can't destroy our temple because it's not physical no more.
Yeah.
It's spiritual now, where moth and rust do not corrupt, and thieves don't break through and steal.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Lord got you nations all jammed up, fighting and divided amongst each other. Hey, Yahweh Shai said it best, a kingdom divided against itself, it cannot stand.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. Esau's kingdom is being divided up, and they get ready to go to war with each other, man. And it's going to cause its own destruction. All right. And the Lord is allowing that to happen as revenge against the nations for what they've done to Israel. But also the Lord is doing it so he can plead with them for us, for our sakes. As a matter of fact, somebody can get Isaiah 34, and we can wrap up with that.
So did we finish Obadiah the 2nd verse?
Yeah, we've been read.
We finished the whole. Okay.
Yeah, we read down to like the 7th verse. Isaiah 34 and you can read the first 2 verses and then jump down to 8.
Isaiah 34:1. Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear and all that is therein, the world, and all things that come forth out of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter.
Yep.
Is 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
And that's why.
Yep.
This is all for the controversy of Zion.
Earlier, they will plead for his people Israel.
He's pleading for his people Israel, man. That's why these nations are being gathered, and why it's such a hot zone over there.
They really think that they're gathering up for the next power structure on the earth. Little do they, I think we got a chance to push America out. We might be the next.
They're trying to gather in the name of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism.
No.
Nah, man.
All that, y'all just making way for us to move back in. Mm-hmm. That's all this is. We not gerrymandering, gentrification. Well, basically, we said that I forgot what they call it. Damn, it's a tactic that Esau uses. He makes a city a hot zone with gang violence and depopulating and devaluing the area. And then while he got them out of there going to jail and moving out because it's too much crime, he come in there, clean it up, and move his people in. That's what the Most High is doing to that region over there. He's gonna clean that area out and bring his new Jerusalem down into that area.
Yep.
You know?
He's gonna destroy it first with y'all over there.
Yep.
You know? And then the property value is gonna go skyrocket.
Yep.
When the real people of the Lord return,
we're gonna return, and then all y'all gonna come check it out and bring
plush.
all the best you got.
You know, because Atlanta's cursed while you devils is over there defiling it, man.
That's right.
Over there desecrating it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, you know, we pray that you brothers that tuned in were edified. And Shalom, wa brakatham to you brothers. All right. Before we end, I want to say this. Vocab, Jesus is the word. All right. EJ, Love Jr. All right. Esau Jr. Love. That's what I call you. What nation is disturbing the peace over there? And and once you answer that question, what's the red horse in Revelation? All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, good honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, peace and blessings to the elect. We're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.